Introduction: Embracing a life unshackled by fear. Welcome to Freedom from Fear. Find happiness by embracing yourself. A journey crafted to empower you, challenge your perceptions, and transform how you experience life. In this book, we will walk together on a path towards liberating ourselves from the chains of fear and societal expectations, moving towards a more authentic version of who we are truly meant to be. Imagine a life where you wake up each morning with the confidence to tackle any challenge, where your happiness is not contingent upon approval from others, but flows freely from within. The courage to discover your true self. Often, our greatest adversary is not the obstacles we face, but the fears that take residence within us, those invisible chains that bind our potential and dampen our spirits. These self-imposed restrictions prevent us from achieving our dreams and discovering our true possibilities. Freedom from Fear invites you on an introspective journey to confront these fears head-on, gently yet resolutely, illuminating the path to profound personal change. What you will gain. Throughout the pages of this book, you will explore the liberating power of self-acceptance and how, when we embrace our imperfections, we unlock a reservoir of inner strength. Discover practical strategies and relatable stories that illustrate how facing the fear of judgment, failure, and uncertainty can lead to a deeply fulfilling life. With each chapter, you'll find motivation and insight that inspires action and nurturing encouragement to embrace your individuality. Unshakable confidence. Learn how to develop a mindset of courage that frees you from the fear of being judged or disliked. A confident you is a powerful catalyst for change and ambition. Authentic relationships. Foster connections grounded in mutual understanding and genuine respect. Free yourself from the pretenses that overshadow true interaction and enlightenment in your relationships. A fulfilling life. Establish a life philosophy that prioritizes true happiness over the fleeting approval of others. Embrace the sheer joy of living authentically, free of constant concerns regarding others' opinions. Empowerment and inner peace. Imagine the freedom born from a mindset unburdened by the fears of what if. With every chapter, our shared dialogue in these pages will encourage you to confront personal demons, challenge societal norms, and crisp away layers of self-doubt. Finding happiness starts with daring to be yourself, loving every facet of who you are, and living with unequivocal courage. This book aims to provide that first glimmer of understanding and the courage needed to step into the liberty of your potential. Join me on this transformative adventure towards wholehearted living. In embracing yourself entirely, you unlock the keys to a life of freedom and happiness. Let us embark on this journey together, unshackling ourselves from fear and celebrating the beauty of living as our true selves. Chapter 1. Understanding Fear. Fear is an emotion we all encounter in our lives. It's like an invisible chain holding us back from achieving our true potential. To unlock a fearless life, we first need to understand what fear is and where it stems from. At its core, fear is a natural response. Long ago, fear kept our ancestors safe from predators. It triggered a flight-or-fight response, preparing the body to handle threats. Today, though, our fears often don't involve life-and-death situations, yet they continue to have a powerful influence over us. Fear originates in our minds but manifests physically. Think of the last time you felt fear: the racing heartbeat, the sweaty palms, or the churning stomach. These symptoms serve as a warning system. But sometimes, fear becomes irrational, targeting not just physical threats, but also situations tied to our self-worth, relationships, or future. Consider a simple fear of speaking in public. This fear often doesn't stem from a real danger, but rather from a worry about being judged or making mistakes. Many talented individuals decline opportunities because this fear of judgment overpowers their desire to grow or express themselves. Let's reflect on the origins of fear in our personal lives. Often, fears are learned. As children, we're full of curiosity, yet over time, we accumulate fears from experiences, teachings from our environment, or stories we tell ourselves. A child once ignored in class might grow to fear raising their hand, contemplating whether they might be ignored again. These small moments shape how we interact with the world. Fear plays a role in decision-making, too, acting as an invisible hand guiding us away from perceived threats. When faced with a choice, we might opt for the safer path, avoiding risk. This might mean turning down a chance to start a new career because the fear of failure seems insurmountable. Our relationships can also be influenced by fear. We might fear opening up to a potential friend or partner, worrying about rejection or vulnerability. Recognizing that fear impacts how we connect with others is crucial to forging genuine, meaningful relationships. So, how do we begin to understand our fears? Start by identifying them. Write them down without judgment. Acknowledge how they make you feel and when they arise. By bringing these fears to light, you disempower them. When named, a fear becomes a problem you can work with rather than an amorphous barrier. Take small steps to face these fears. Challenge them daily, even in tiny ways. If you fear speaking up, start with contributing in a small group, gradually increasing your comfort zone. Each time you confront a fear, it loses a bit of its control over you. In grasping the concept of fear, we realize it doesn't have to dictate our actions. Understanding fear allows us to regain control, guiding our lives with purpose rather than confinement. As we continue this journey through the following chapters, remember that fear, once understood, can be transformed into power. Power to change, to grow, and to live courageously. Chapter 2. Acceptance. The first step to freedom. In our journey to living a life free from the shackles of fear, acceptance stands as a vital milestone. It is the gentle art of embracing ourselves just as we are, imperfections and all. So often, we find ourselves trapped in cycles of self-criticism and doubt, believing that to be worthy of happiness and success, we must be perfect. The reality is, perfection is an illusion. It is our imperfections and unique quirks that make us truly human and allow us to connect with others on a deeper level. To understand acceptance, imagine a pristine lake. Its surface is tranquil, reflecting the sky and surrounding trees. Yet beneath its calm exterior lies a complex ecosystem, sensitive to changes in weather and environment. Our inner selves are much like this lake. At times calm and vibrant, at others turbulent and murky, yet always inherently beautiful and whole. Acceptance means looking into that lake and acknowledging both the stillness and the storms. It calls us to welcome our strengths as well as our weaknesses. When we learn to accept ourselves, we create a foundation of inner peace that fear finds hard to penetrate. It is a liberating practice that allows us to stop fighting against our own nature and start nurturing it in a way that propels us forward. Consider the story of a young artist named Alex, who struggled for years with the fear of not being good enough. In art school, Alex constantly compared their work to others, feeling inferior. The more they tried to mimic the successful artists around them, the more motes of their unique voice were engulfed by doubt. One day, Alex's mentor gave a simple yet transformative piece of advice. Celebrate your brushstrokes. Not one artist here can make the marks you do. That's your magic. This encouragement spurred Alex to embrace their imperfections and paint with authenticity. In letting go of the need to be perfect, Alex found a unique style that resonated with others and, more importantly, brought joy and satisfaction to their own heart. Acceptance is not about resigning ourselves to our limitations. Instead, it is about understanding that every flaw and mistake is an opportunity for growth. When we resist the temptation to judge ourselves harshly, we free up mental space that can be used to pursue passions and dreams. Acceptance teaches us to be kind and compassionate to our own story, encouraging us to keep writing, even when we're tempted to put down the pen. It's important to remember that acceptance is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when self-doubt sneaks back in, and we might catch ourselves slipping into old habits of negativity. In these moments, remind yourself gently of how far you've come. Look at the evidence of your resilience, the triumphs over challenges, and the small wins that dot your story. Start each day with the affirmation, I accept and embrace myself, for better or worse. It's a simple but powerful step towards building the courage needed to face fears head-on. Acceptance allows us to live life with an open heart, to engage with the world unburdened by the weight of wanting to be someone else or somewhere else. As you continue in your journey towards fearlessness, celebrate the beauty that comes with being flawed. Each crack in our facade is a place for light to enter. Accepting this light enriches our own lives and brightens the lives of those around us. To truly live is to be willing to experience the full range of human emotions and to understand that with each stumble and fall, we are given a choice to hide or to rise stronger and more vibrant. Acceptance is the soil from which our bravery grows, the first sound step in a dance that is uniquely ours. With acceptance, the first step to freedom begins. Chapter 3. The Power of Self-Confidence. Imagine standing at the edge of a diving board, the water glistening below. Your heart beats rapidly, a mix of fear and anticipation. You want to jump, but doubt fills your mind. At this moment, self-confidence is what transforms hesitation into action. Self-confidence is believing in your own abilities, trusting that you can face life's challenges and succeed. Understanding self-confidence. Self-confidence is like a muscle. It grows stronger the more you use it. It's about believing in your capabilities and accepting your uniqueness. When you trust yourself, you're more likely to take risks and seize opportunities. This doesn't mean you won't ever have doubts or insecurities. It means you'll be better equipped to handle them. Building self-confidence, practical exercises. Let's explore some ways to cultivate self-confidence. 1. Embrace your uniqueness. Everyone has something special to offer. Spend some time identifying what makes you unique. Make a list of your strengths and achievements, no matter how small. Recognize that these qualities are valuable and deserve to be celebrated. Exercise. Write down 3 things you like about yourself every day for a week. Reflect on these qualities and appreciate their uniqueness. 2. Challenge your inner critic. Our inner critic often whispers that we're not good enough. Challenge this voice by questioning its validity. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Exercise. Each time a negative thought arises, counter it with a positive one. For instance, if you think, "I can't do this," replace it with, "I am capable and ready to learn." 3. Set realistic goals. Setting achievable goals can boost your self-confidence. Break your goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Celebrate each accomplishment, reinforcing your belief in yourself. Exercise. Choose a goal and break it into 3 small, actionable steps. Complete 1 step each day and reward yourself with something simple, like enjoying a favorite activity. 4. Step out of your comfort zone. Confidence grows when you face and conquer new challenges. Step outside your comfort zone regularly, even if it feels uncomfortable initially. Each experience adds to your self-assuredness. Exercise. Identify something you've always wanted to try, but were hesitant about. Take 1 step towards experiencing it this week, no matter how small. 5. Surround yourself with positivity. The people you spend time with can significantly affect your self-perception. Surround yourself with supportive and positive individuals who uplift and encourage you. Exercise. Reflect on your current relationships. Is there someone whose negativity affects your self-esteem? Seek support from friends who inspire and motivate you. Trusting in your abilities. Self-confidence also involves trusting yourself. Trust starts with accepting that it's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes are opportunities for growth, not failures. When you trust in your abilities, you become resilient and adaptable, bouncing back from setbacks. Exercise. Reflect on a past mistake and write down 3 lessons you learned from it. This will remind you that errors are valuable experiences, contributing to your growth. Conclusion. As you dive into the world of self-confidence, remember that it's a journey, not a destination. By embracing your uniqueness, challenging your inner critic, setting realistic goals, stepping out of your comfort zone, and surrounding yourself with positivity, you'll cultivate a stronger, more confident self. Trust your abilities, learn from mistakes, and continue to grow. With self-confidence, you'll be ready to leap off that diving board into the exciting waters of life, transforming hesitation into fearless action. Embrace the power within you and trust that you are capable of achieving great things. Chapter 4. Letting go of the past. Imagine walking through a garden filled with various plants. Some are blooming with vibrant colors, while others have withered and dried. If you were tasked with tending this garden, you wouldn't spend your time trying to revive the dried plants. Instead, you'd focus on nurturing the vibrant ones. Our minds are very much like this garden, and the memories of our past experiences are akin to those plants. To lead a fulfilling life, we need to nurture the positive memories and let go of the ones that no longer serve us. Many of our fears and anxieties are deeply rooted in past experiences. These past events can hold us back, shaping our present actions and limiting our future possibilities. For instance, think of someone, let's call him Jack, who once failed a public speaking event. Because of this experience, he now avoids any situation where he might have to speak in front of others. This fear of public speaking isn't about the act itself, but about that single moment in his past when things didn't go as planned. Letting go of the past is crucial for personal growth. It doesn't mean we forget these experiences. Instead, we acknowledge them, learn from them, and commit to moving forward. Holding on to regret is like carrying a heavy backpack on a long journey. With every step, the weight tires us out, slowing our progress. By choosing to let go, we lighten our load and make room for new experiences and opportunities. One of the first steps in releasing past regrets is acceptance. Accept what has happened. Understand that you did the best you could with the information and resources you had at that time. Understand that life doesn't come with an instruction manual, and mistakes are merely learning opportunities. Recognize that you are not your past. You are the person standing on the starting line of your present. Another powerful tool in the journey of letting go is forgiveness. This isn't just about forgiving others who might have wronged you, but forgiving yourself for past mistakes. Imagine you have a friend who consistently reprimands you for every small mistake. Would you thrive in their company? Likely not. Similarly, if you are constantly hard on yourself, it becomes challenging to grow. Extend to yourself the compassion you would wish for a friend facing the same past. Visualize for a moment a glowing orb in your hands. This orb represents your future, full of potential and possibilities. As you focus on it, notice how its light dims when overshadowed by past regrets and grudges. By releasing these ties to the past, the light of this orb, your future, shines brighter, illuminating your path forward. A helpful exercise is to write down the regrets and painful memories you are holding on to. When you see them on paper, acknowledge each one, then let them go. You might choose to rip up the paper or burn it safely as a symbolic gesture of release. This simple act can be incredibly liberating, offering a tangible step towards freeing yourself from the weight of those memories. As you let go of the past, it's essential to look to the future with optimism and hope. Remember, each day is a blank canvas, ready for new colors and strokes. The past has shaped who you are today, but it doesn't have to define who you'll be tomorrow. In summary, letting go of the past is not about erasing it, but about freeing yourself from its chains. It's about celebrating the lessons learned, forgiving yourself and others, and stepping boldly into an uncharted future, heavy with promise. As you embrace this mindset, the fears rooted in your past will lose their grip, and you'll discover a liberated version of yourself, ready to face whatever lies ahead with courage and hope. Chapter 5. Embracing Change. Change is an inevitable part of life. It's like the shifting seasons. It doesn't ask for permission, nor does it wait for us to be ready. Yet for many, change can feel like a giant shadow, bringing anxiety and uncertainty. But what if we could see change not as a hurdle to be feared, but as a doorway to new opportunities? Imagine a river flowing down a mountain. It doesn't hesitate or lament the rocks in its path. Instead, it flows around them, forming new paths and eventually reaching the vast ocean. Like the river, we too can learn to embrace change and let it lead us to growth and new beginnings. Why is change daunting? Perhaps it's the fear of the unknown or the comfort in routine. Our minds often cling to familiarity because it's safe. However, real growth lies just beyond that comfort zone. Picture someone who has lived all their life in a small town and is offered a job in a big city. At first, the thought is terrifying. A new place, new people. But stepping into that unknown can lead to learning, adventure, and newfound confidence. To see change as an opportunity, we must first change our perspective. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" For example, a person who loses their job might initially see it as a disaster. With a shift in perspective, however, they might recognize it as a chance to pursue something they're passionate about, or even start their own business. Courage is key when facing change. It's about taking that first step, even when you can't see the entire path ahead. Consider the story of a man who was scared of public speaking. For years, he avoided situations that required him to speak in front of others. One day, he decided to volunteer to give a small talk at a community event. His voice trembled, but he persevered. Over time, he realized his fear was merely a stepping stone toward something greater. And today, he is a confident speaker inspiring others. Stepping outside your comfort zone can feel like jumping into cold water. It's shocking at first, but eventually you adjust and may even find it refreshing. Start small. Make minor changes in your daily routine, like trying a new cuisine or taking a different route to work. These small steps can build courage and make bigger changes seem less daunting. Surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people can also make embracing change easier. They offer encouragement and remind you that you are capable, even when self-doubt creeps in. Remember, even the most successful people faced significant changes. They moved past the fear by focusing on the possibilities. For instance, consider the story of someone who moved countries. Initially, the cultural differences and language barriers were overwhelming, but with time, they not only adapted but flourished, gaining new insights and friendships, enriching their life in ways they never imagined. In conclusion, change is life's way of nudging us toward growth and opportunity. Instead of resisting it, welcome it with an open heart. Just like a caterpillar must embrace the cocoon to become a butterfly, allow change to lead you to your true potential. Consider each change a chapter in your life story, integral to the narrative of who you are becoming. Embrace it and become not just a part of the world, but a dynamic force within it. Chapter 6. Building Resilience. Resilience is the quiet strength that whispers to us to rise up each time life knocks us down. It is not about never failing, but about seeing failure as a step in the journey rather than the end of the road. In this chapter, we'll explore how to build this vital trait to face life's challenges with grace and courage, ensuring we keep moving forward. The seed of resilience. Perspective. The first step to building resilience lies in how we perceive setbacks. Imagine you're hiking up a mountain and suddenly a rock blocks your path. You can view it as a dead end or as an opportunity to find a new, possibly more interesting route. Life is full of such rocks, and our attitude towards them can determine our ability to keep climbing. Recognize challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to learn and grow. Learning from setbacks, a foundation for growth. When life presents us with a setback, it's crucial to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? View each challenge as a teacher, ready to impart valuable lessons. Perhaps a failed project teaches you the importance of better planning, or a difficult conversation reveals your true capabilities in maintaining calm. One practical way to do this is by maintaining a resilience journal. Write down each challenge you face, how you felt, what you learned, and how you managed to move forward. Over time, this will serve as a reminder of your strength and ability to overcome difficulties. Embracing optimism, fuel for the resilient mind. Optimism is the fuel that keeps the resilient mind alive. It's about finding the silver lining in the cloudiest of days. While it's natural to feel down when things go wrong, regaining an optimistic outlook can propel us forward. Practice gratitude by taking a moment each day to note down 3 things you are thankful for. This simple act can shift your focus from what's going wrong to what's going right, fostering a more resilient mindset. Building a support network. You're not alone. Resilience is not built in isolation. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who lift you up when you fall, and who provide a listening ear. Friends, family, mentors, or community groups can offer the emotional support needed to see you through tough times. If struggle seems unbearable, don't shy away from reaching out. A conversation with someone who has faced similar challenges can offer new insights and the reassurance that you're not alone in your journey. Developing coping strategies. Developing effective coping strategies is key to resilience. These are the tools that help you maintain balance during life's storms. Techniques such as mindfulness, meditation, or deep breathing exercises allow you to remain centered and grounded. For example, when faced with stress, try pausing, closing your eyes, and taking slow, deep breaths. Focus on the sound of your breath and imagine stress being released with each exhale. This practice can help calm your mind and body, making it easier to tackle challenges with a clear head. Taking action, bold steps forward. Resilience involves action. When you face a setback, instead of resigning to defeat, take proactive steps towards the solution. Break down the problem into smaller, manageable parts and tackle each one with determination. Remember, small steps lead to big changes. Celebrate each victory, no matter how small. Overcoming fear of failure and daring to take action builds confidence, reinforcing your resilience. Accept your emotions, but don't let them control you. It's okay to feel hurt, sad, or angry when things don't go as planned. Accept these emotions as a natural part of the human experience, but don't allow them to dictate your actions. By acknowledging your feelings, you can begin to move beyond them, using them as motivation to become stronger. In conclusion, resilience is a skill that can be nurtured and developed. By altering your perspective, learning from each setback, embracing optimism, relying on support, develop. Chapter 7. The Courage to Say No. In the journey of personal development, learning to say no is a vital skill. It may sound simple, but for many, it's a real challenge. Whether it's due to an eagerness to please others or a fear of conflict, the inability to say no often leads to stress, anxiety, and an imbalanced life. This chapter is all about understanding the importance of saying no and doing so with confidence and grace. Recognizing your limits. Imagine you're a glass of water. Each commitment or favor you take on is like pouring your water into other glasses. If you keep pouring without refilling, soon you'll be empty. Recognizing your limits means understanding that your time, energy, and resources are finite. You have to recharge and preserve them for things that truly matter to you. Why saying no is essential. Saying no is not about being selfish. It's about being self-aware. You cannot always meet everyone's expectations without compromising your well-being. Learning to say no allows you to prioritize your own needs. A balanced life leads to authentic and meaningful relationships. Overcoming the fear of disapproval. One of the main reasons people struggle to say no is the fear of disapproval. We worry that saying no will lead to conflict or that people will think poorly of us. But remember, genuine relationships are built on honesty. If a friend respects you, they will understand your need to say no sometimes. Learning to say no with confidence. Saying no can be empowering. Practice it with polite firmness. For example, if a colleague asks you to cover for them on the weekend but you have prior commitments, you might say, "I'm sorry, I can't help this time as I have plans." Be clear and direct. There's no need to justify or overly apologize for protecting your time. Setting boundaries. Healthy relationships are built on clear boundaries. When you set boundaries, you're teaching others how to treat you. Think of boundaries like a fence around your time and energy. They protect what's important to you. Over time, people who respect your boundaries will appreciate and admire you for being honest and self-respecting. Practicing self-compassion. When you're new to saying no, you might feel guilty. That's natural. Acknowledge this feeling and remind yourself that it's okay to prioritize your needs. Being compassionate to yourself means recognizing that you deserve respect and care, just like everyone else. Real-life example. Consider Leo, who works in a bustling office. Everyone knows he's reliable and often turns to him for help with extra tasks. Over time, Leo feels burnt out and resentful. One day, his manager asks if he can take on an additional project. Leo takes a deep breath and decides to start setting boundaries. "I appreciate you considering me, but I have other commitments that need my attention right now," he says. Initially, Leo worries about the reaction, but his manager appreciates his honesty and asks others for help with the project. By saying no, Leo opens the door to more respect and balance in his work life. Conclusion: a strength, not a weakness. Remember, saying no is not about closing doors. It's about opening the right ones. It's a strength, not a weakness, and it sets the foundation for living a life true to yourself. By saying no, you're paving the way for a more focused, joyful, and fearless life. Embrace this courage, practice it often, and watch as your world begins to align with your true self. In learning the courage to say no, you're making room for yes. Yes to the things that truly matter, yes to a balanced life, and yes to your own well-being. Chapter 8. Finding your purpose. In the journey of life, having a clear sense of purpose acts like a compass, guiding us through the uncertainty and chaos. But how do we discover this elusive purpose, and why is it so crucial to our well-being and success? Imagine you are a sailor setting out on a voyage across the vast ocean. Without a destination in mind, the endless waters can be exhausting and aimless. However, when you chart a course towards a desired harbor, every wave becomes a stepping stone rather than a hindrance. Purpose gives our actions meaning and transforms challenges into opportunities for growth. Discovering passions and strengths. To find purpose, start by exploring your passions and strengths. What activities make your heart sing? What skills do you excel at naturally? Sometimes, purpose lies at the intersection of what you love and what you're good at. Begin by asking yourself questions like, what activities leave me feeling energized and fulfilled? And what do people often compliment me on? Consider the example of an artist who, as a child, found profound joy in drawing and creating vivid worlds through sketches. With encouragement from family and by nurturing this talent, they grew to unlock a deep sense of fulfillment in inspiring others through their art. This harmony between passion and proficiency often holds the key to one's purpose. Reflection and experimentation. Finding purpose is a journey, not a destination. It requires reflection and experimentation. Set aside quiet moments to reflect on your past experiences and values. Think about moments when you felt extremely satisfied or proud. What were you doing? Who were you with? It's also important to be open to new experiences. Sometimes, our purpose may not be immediately clear or may evolve with time. Allow yourself the liberty to try new things, engage in diverse activities, and be willing to step out of your comfort zone. A person may start by volunteering in different community projects, teaching, assisting in environmental cleanups, or working with animals. Through varied experiences, they might discover a deep calling to educate children, which ultimately guides their career and life choices. Crafting your life mission. Once you have a clearer understanding of your passions and strengths, it's time to craft your life mission. A personal mission statement is like a guiding star, swift in action, yet unwavering in direction. It should resonate with your core values and aspirations, propelling you towards achieving meaningful goals. Take your talents, passions, and values and put them into a simple statement. For instance, to inspire and educate young minds through creativity and compassion. This mission can serve as a beacon, helping you prioritize your actions and decisions. Moving forward with purpose. With your purpose in sight, the road ahead may still be challenging, but it will be illuminated with meaning and direction. Embrace each moment of growth and remember that it's okay for your purpose to evolve. Life is dynamic, and so are you. In summary, finding your purpose is about discovering what fuels you and aligning your life with these passions and strengths. Engage in deep reflection, seek new experiences, and define a mission that aligns with your true self. As you progress with intention and clarity, not only will you cultivate a meaningful life for yourself, but you will also inspire others to embark on their own journeys of purpose. Chapter 9. Cultivating Gratitude. In a world that often seems to demand more from us, the practice of gratitude serves as a gentle reminder to pause and appreciate the abundance already present in our lives. Cultivating gratitude is like planting seeds of contentment and joy in our everyday experiences. It's about shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have, transforming the ordinary into something extraordinary. At its core, gratitude is a mindset. It's a deliberate choice to notice and count our blessings, big or small. When we cultivate gratitude, we begin to see the world through a lens of abundance rather than scarcity. This transformation starts with a simple yet powerful practice, the daily gratitude list. The daily gratitude list. Start or end your day by jotting down 3 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be grand or momentous. They can be as simple as a warm cup of coffee, the smile of a stranger, or the comforting feel of your favorite sweater. By physically writing these down, you bring them to life and give them weight in your day. The power of thank you saying. Thank you is a practice that never goes out of style. Whether it's acknowledging a colleague for their help, a friend for their support, or even yourself for a job well done, these words have the ability to strengthen bonds and increase positivity. Next time someone does something kind, take a moment to express your gratitude genuinely. Practicing mindful appreciation gratitude can also be practiced by engaging all your senses. Take a moment to touch, smell, taste, see, or hear the ordinary elements of your life as if experiencing them for the first time. Notice the vibrant colors of your food, listen to the sounds of your environment, or relish the warmth of a heartfelt hug. Mindful appreciation helps anchor you in the present and fosters a deeper sense of gratitude. Gratitude in challenges. It's easy to be grateful when things are going well, but true mastery of gratitude comes from finding the silver lining in challenging situations. Consider how past difficulties have shaped you into the person you are today. Every challenge bears a hidden gift, perhaps in the form of a lesson learned, a new opportunity, or a strength you didn't know you had. Gratitude journaling. For those who wish to delve deeper, keeping a gratitude journal can be transformative. This involves setting aside time each week to write about things you're grateful for, reflecting on your experiences, and recognizing how they shape your life. Over time, you may find a shift in your outlook, a greater appreciation for life's little moments. Sharing gratitude with others. Share your gratitude publicly when appropriate. A heartfelt note, a sincere comment, or a social media post can inspire others to think about their own blessings. As you share your gratitude, you create a ripple effect, spreading positivity to those around you. Living with a grateful heart. Cultivating gratitude doesn't just affect your disposition, it influences your actions. By consistently recognizing and appreciating what you have, you may find yourself more willing to give and share, to approach life with open-heartedness and compassion. Gratitude is not just an emotion, it's an action-driven mindset. As you journey through life, remember that gratitude is always within reach. It offers a way to transform the mundane into the miraculous, to see challenges through a new perspective, and to live each day with a more joyful and content heart. Embrace gratitude, and you will unlock a key to living a truly fearless and fulfilling life. Chapter 10. Developing Healthy Relationships. Relationships form the essence of our lives. They are the invisible threads that connect us and contribute significantly to our sense of happiness and fulfillment. Yet, for many, developing and maintaining healthy relationships can be challenging. This chapter explores strategies for building connections that nurture our well-being and encourage personal growth. Recognize the value of connection. Firstly, acknowledging the importance of relationships is paramount. Understanding that we are social beings who thrive when surrounded by supportive people is the foundation of developing healthy connections. Relationships are not just about being in touch with others, they are about genuinely connecting with them on a deeper level. Effective communication is key. Effective communication is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. It involves not just speaking, but listening actively. Practice being present when someone talks, showing empathy and interest. This means putting away distractions and focusing on the person speaking. Open and honest conversations foster trust and create a safe space for expressing feelings and ideas. Practice empathy and understanding. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. By putting ourselves in someone else's shoes, we can connect more deeply. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everything others do. It means respecting their experiences and perspectives. Ask open-ended questions and genuinely listen to their responses. This validates the other person's experiences and strengthens your bond. Set healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries are essential for maintaining balance and respect in relationships. They define what you are comfortable with and how you expect others to treat you. It's okay to say no or express your own needs. Establishing these limits prevents resentment and ensures that relationships are mutually respectful and satisfying. Invest time and effort. Like all good things, healthy relationships require time and effort. Make it a point to regularly invest in these connections. Whether it's through a simple phone call, spending quality time together, or checking in via a message, these small gestures can reinforce bonds and show that you value the relationship. Celebrate success and support during failures. Life is full of ups and downs, and one of the greatest joys of having strong relationships is sharing these moments. Celebrate each other's successes and provide a shoulder to lean on during challenging times. Knowing that someone believes in you can be a powerful motivator and a profound source of comfort. Foster mutual growth. Healthy relationships encourage growth, both mutual and personal. They challenge us to be better versions of ourselves while accepting us for who we are. Engage in activities that enhance mutual interests and personal growth. Whether it's a book club, a yoga class, or a certification course, finding shared passions strengthens bonds and invites enriching experiences. Practice patience and forgiveness. No relationship is perfect. Misunderstandings and conflicts are natural. Practicing patience helps navigate these difficult periods without damaging the relationship. Moreover, forgiveness is crucial. It's a gift you give to yourself as much as to the other person. Letting go of past grievances opens the door to rebuilding trust and connection. Encourage autonomy and independence. While it's necessary to build connections, it's equally important to encourage autonomy. Healthy relationships allow each person to pursue their own interests and goals. Respect each other's individuality and independence. This balance ensures that the relationship is a source of strength, not a burden. Conclusion. Developing healthy relationships requires intentionality, communication, and empathy. The joy and support they bring are worth the effort. Remember that every interaction is an opportunity to strengthen the bonds that enrich your life. As you cultivate and cherish this, Chapter 11, Embracing Your True Self. In today's fast-paced world, there's immense pressure to follow trends and conform to other people's expectations. But under all these layers, each of us is a unique individual with our own dreams, desires, and potential. Embracing your true self is all about peeling away these layers and discovering who you really are. It's about authenticity and living a life that honors your genuine values. The importance of authenticity. Authenticity means being real with yourself and others. It's easy to get caught up in trying to be what you think others want you to be, but this disconnect often leads to feelings of emptiness or discomfort. Living authentically, on the other hand, nurtures happiness and fulfillment. It allows you to attract people and opportunities that truly resonate with who you are. Imagine you're a painter, but you've chosen a career in finance because it's what your family expects of you. Each morning feels heavy and there's a dull ache in your chest. One day, you decide to pick up a brush after years of leaving it aside. The spark of joy you feel is undeniable. This joy is often a sign that you're connected with your true self. Honoring your values. Our core values are fundamental to our identity. They guide our decisions, actions, and interactions. Identifying these values is crucial to living an honest life. Start by asking yourself what principles matter most to you. Are they honesty, creativity, kindness, or courage? For example, if one of your values is honesty, living your true self means speaking up when something feels wrong or misleading. This might be challenging at times, but the peace and alignment you feel with your values will be rewarding. Expressing your true self. Once you've identified your values, expressing them becomes a vital part of embracing your true self. This might mean pursuing hobbies that align with your interests, choosing a career path that feels right, or simply voicing your thoughts more openly. Consider a young man who loves music but goes with the flow, hesitating to perform publicly because he's afraid of judgment. Eventually, he gathers the courage to play at a local open mic night. The positive energy from playing music to an audience, coupled with their encouraging feedback, affirms his passion. This act of expression allows him to share his authentic self with the world. Overcoming fear of judgment. A significant barrier to authenticity is the fear of judgment. We often worry about what others might think if we live according to our own rules. But it's important to realize that seeking validation from others is a never-ending cycle. Instead, focus on being comfortable with who you are. Remember that the most influential and inspirational people throughout history were those who were true to themselves despite criticism or doubt. Just like them, you have the strength and right to live your truth. Embrace mistakes and imperfections. Embracing your true self also means accepting that you are not perfect, and that's perfectly fine. Perfection isn't necessary for happiness or success. Mistakes are opportunities for growth, not reasons to hide your true self away. Each stumble is a chance to learn and adapt, bringing you closer to your most genuine self. Take small steps. Embracing your true self doesn't have to be an overnight transformation. Start with small, consistent steps in the right direction. Choose to wear what makes you feel good, spend time with people who lift your spirit, and engage in activities that fulfill you. In closing, remember that living authentically is an ongoing journey, similar to building a relationship with someone special. The more attention, love, and understanding you invest in yourself, the more rewarding and genuine your life will become. By embracing your true self, you define your path, lighting the way to a life filled with sincerity, happiness, and freedom. Chapter 12. Living a Fearless Life. As we journey together through the various chapters of this book, we've learned about understanding fear, accepting who we are, and building a life filled with purpose and gratitude. Now, in this final chapter, it's time to bring everything together and embrace a life of fearlessness. Living a fearless life doesn't mean never experiencing fear. Fear is a natural emotion, and it can even be helpful in certain situations. But living fearlessly means not letting fear control your choices or define your life. Owning your decisions. Up until now, we've gathered various tools to face our fears and build confidence. Applying these tools allows us to own our decisions. Imagine standing at a crossroads, each path shrouded in mist, filled with unknowns. The fearless life is about trusting yourself enough to make that leap, believing in the worth of your chosen path without being crippled by what-ifs. Embrace mistakes as teachers. In the fearless life, mistakes don't represent failure. They are part of the learning process. Think back to a time when you stumbled while learning something new, perhaps riding a bike or baking a cake from scratch. Each misstep taught you something valuable and brought you closer to mastery. Similarly, cherish mistakes in life as teachable moments that mold you into a stronger, more understanding person. Listening to your inner voice. Fear often originates from our surroundings or the pressure to meet others' expectations. To live a fearless life, learn to distinguish between the noise around you and your inner voice. It's that quiet feeling in your heart, guiding you towards desires and passions uniquely yours. By listening closely, you ensure that your path is a reflection of your true self and not simply a response to external demands. Practicing daily acts of courage. Every day offers opportunities to practice courage, no matter how small they might seem. It could be trying a new hobby, standing up for yourself, or expressing your deepest feelings to someone you care about. With each courageous act, the fear that tries to bind you loosens its grip, making room for liberation and joy. Building a legacy of authenticity. By stepping forward fearlessly, you craft a life story that is both genuine and inspiring. Consider the impact this can have, not only on your life, but on the lives of those around you. You become a beacon of hope, demonstrating that a life lived authentically is a life fulfilled. Your courage can inspire friends, family, and even strangers to embark on their journeys with newfound bravery. Finding joy in the present. A fearless life is ultimately lived in the present moment. When fear no longer dictates your choices, you find the joy of living now. Take a moment every day to appreciate where you are, what you have, and who you've become. This gratitude grounds you, reminding you that even though the future is uncertain, the present is a gift to cherish. Conclusion. Happiness is within reach. Happiness is not a place you arrive at, but a way of life you cultivate. The incredible freedom we've spoken about throughout this book is not some distant dream, but something attainable with each bold step you take. Remember that a fearless life is enriched with love, confidence, and purpose. Every day is a new chance to choose fearlessness, to harness the courage that resides within, and to chase after happiness with open arms. So, dear reader, as you close this book, open the next chapter of your life with courage. Let go of what holds you back, say yes to new adventures, and step boldly into the world that awaits. The courage to be your fearless self is not just an idea, it is a promise you make to yourself. Live it, embrace it, celebrate the extraordinary life you create,